I am the proud principal of the African Middle School. Thank you all for coming.
Very hard act to follow. And I ain't getting no clap like they did. So I need y'all to clap it up for me. So it gives an opportunity to see our parents in an environment where they can feel supported and not have to go to 3 different meetings. So we're going to go through our Title I presentation and share with you how we engage our families. And so I'll get us started. All right, so really quick, if you would, take out your phones and sign in for us. The sign in lets us know that you were here today, but it also registers you for some drawings. So we're going to do some drawings throughout the event. You have an opportunity to win some gift cards to some places in East Macon, so you want to entertain yourself. So let's make sure that everybody signs in for our Title I meeting today. And I'll give you a moment to do that. All right, so we always start off by reciting our vision and mission. So our vision is that students are empowered to learn, lead, innovate, and serve as productive and caring citizens in their chosen path of success. And our mission, the mission of every employee in the Bibb County School District is that we maximize student achievement and social emotional well-being by building a sense of community like this in safe and equitable learning environments. Our goals are student achievement. At the top is student achievement, and we do that by increasing our staff effectiveness and our stakeholder engagement. Our guiding principles are personalized learning, collaboration, engagement, safety, and effective leadership. With the goal that our students will be matched and enrolled, motivated to enlist, molded for entrepreneurship, or meaningfully employed and walk across that cascade as Northeast High School graduation. And this is our strategy map. And probably the most important statement on this map is our theory of action. If we build stakeholder engagement of our students, parents, and staff and community, and strengthen our staff effectiveness to drive teaching and learning, we will maximize student achievement, and we will be epitomized excellence on this side of the field. All right, so our agenda is very long, but we will provide a copy of this as we go through. Provide a copy, so if you need to go back and look at it later on. So we'll talk about what's the Title I school, how does our school participate in the Title I program, what are the benefits, how do we spend our Title I funds, our Title I school-wide requirements, as well as our district and school goals, the curriculum our schools use, as well as our CCRPI, and what tests your child will take. What is family engagement? What is required by law for parent and family engagement? Does your child's teacher meet professional qualifications? How are parents of our EL learners are eligible to participate in District Title III or Title I Supplemental Language Program notified? What opportunities our school has for family engagement? How responsive our school will be if you have questions, as well as our closing and evaluation. The purpose of Title I, under the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, is to ensure that every child has a fair, equal, and significant opportunity to obtain highly qualified education in each at minimum proficiency or challenging state of academic achievement standards and state academic assessments. In 2015, the ESSA Act, Every Student Succeeds Act, replaced No Child Left Behind and modified but did not eliminate provisions relating to periodic standardized tests given to students. Like No Child Left Behind, ESSA is a reauthorization of the 1965 Elementary and Secondary Education Act, which established the federal government's expected role in public education. A Title I school has qualified to receive federal funds. And basically what that means is a Title I school, we receive extra funds so that we can ensure that we can provide a quality education to every student who attends. And every school has their own Title I school. All right, hire additional teachers. What do we do when we participate in? We can hire additional teachers. And so some schools use their funds to reduce the class size by hiring additional teachers. We can purchase supplemental materials. We can have parent activities that focus on the academics. And we also provide professional development for our staff.
Additionally, for Title I, how these funds benefit schools is they help with providing supplemental programs or school-wide programs. Students benefit from Title I resources, and family members can benefit from Title I resources as well by participating in your students' education. We spend Title I funds in a couple of ways. Of course, we spend it for resources for our boys and girls. We'll spend it on personnel. That includes paraprofessionals, teachers, or coaches, academic or instructional coaches, and family engagement. So we're required to spend a certain portion on resources for students and for family engagement. But many of our schools, we all have academic coaches, right? So all of us has an academic coach that we use Title I funds. And additionally, we may use Title I funds for additional staff members. Okay, and MLK has an extra counselor that she uses Title I funds in Appleton as well. All righty, what are our school's Title I school-wide requirements? All teachers must meet minimal state requirements to hold a teaching certification. So that means that they have to be able to teach at the specific grade level we have them assigned to. And parents, you have a right to know the qualifications of your child's teacher. And proven evidence-based instructional methods must be used in the classroom. So we do professional learning and those things so that we can make sure our teaching force know what to do and how to effectively provide instruction. Districtly, there are, we have these 3 district goals. Strategic goal area 1 is student achievement, which means we want students to continually demonstrate high academic and social emotional growth, prepare them for life, college, and beyond. Our goal 2 is staff effectiveness. That's all employees will excel daily in the performance of their role that they're assigned. And stakeholder engagement, that includes you, our parents as well, and our students, but we want you all to make sure you have collective ownership in the education that we provide to our boys and girls. Burns principal will come now to present her goals.
So this year, we decided that we are going to go all out. As you know, we are a Leader in Me Lighthouse School, first Lighthouse School in Mid-County School. So our big or our wildly important goal is our same school-wide goal. So for reading, we're not only looking at the proficiency students reading at and above grade level, but also for the growth that students make from beginning of the year to end of the year. So you can see that there for reading and math that we say that 80% of our burn leaders will demonstrate proficiency and typical or high growth on their STAR reading or their STAR math assessment by the end of the school year.
Burdell Hunt, we have a very similar goal, that all Burdell Hunt students will meet their individualized reading and math goal, and that all of our students will also meet their individualized accelerated reading goal.
And for Dr. Martin Luther King, exactly, we're going to make sure that our scale scores, our students are at the 45th percentile even though 45 seems low, if our students are really there, they're on target to meet their proficiency goals on the Georgia milestones and increasing their star each time they take it. And so our WIG is every time we take the star assessment, every student in the building will demonstrate growth on that star.
For our particular WIG for Appleton Middle School, we want to make sure that every assessment that our students, our Appleton scholars take, we want to make sure that they reach that 80% proficiency or higher in the areas from reading and math. But one of the things my colleagues highlighted, we want to make sure that we focus on that growth and celebrate that growth as well. So we want to make sure that we produce those proficient learners with achieving 80% and higher, but making sure that they're ready and prepared to take that end of the grade assessment for ELA and math for milestones for 6th and 7th grade, as well as 8th grade, they have to take ELA, math, science, and social studies.
Okay, and for high school, our theme for this year is building better, and so we're really focused on growth. And so we want to move the percentage of students who are scoring at typical or high growth on star reading and math assessment, reading from 70.2 to 75% by the end of the school year, and math from 67% to 71% by the end of the school year. And I wanted to remind parents that next week is a very important week for the district. We have the star assessment actually happens next week. So it's really important that we have students in school so that we get the measure that we'll use to grow over the course of the year. So make sure that your students are in school for the star assessment next week. All right, so what curriculum does our school use? So we use a variety of curriculums that are listed here. If you want more information about particular curriculums, reach out to the family engagement facilitator at each one of the schools. For example, we all use Renaissance Learning, so STAR, Celebrated Reader, and Freckle. We have Georgia Reading. We have the math learning plans, excellent resources for our math teachers on the Georgia DOE website that all of our teachers use. Big Ideas Math, Wonders ELA for elementary, elementary. Reading Plus, iReady, Study Sync, Boards and Rewards. We use Right Score. I know in high school, middle school, IXL, USA Test Prep, or Progress Learning, Language Live, Actively Learning, Reading Plus, and Reflex Math. And so what this means is there are a plethora of resources out there. So if your child's not doing well in school, it's important that you communicate with your teachers to see what your child can be using at home so that they can get better. The idea is that we want every student is making to grow. All right, this is our favorite thing, the CCRPI. This is our grade. This is how each school is individually graded for performance, and it encompasses a lot of different parameters. And so you can improve your CCRPI by working on different areas. And it's the measure of accountability for the state. It has 5 main areas. Content mastery, progress, closing the gap, readiness, and at the high school level, we also are award points for the graduation rate.
I do want Miss Allen to stand up. Miss Allen, if you can stand up, please. Miss Allen is the proud principal of Burnell Hunt Magnet School, and I'm 2 streets up from her, and so I'm chasing her every single year because of the excellence that Burnell Hunt demonstrates every single year. And I want to give her a shout out because her school, the CCRPI, is 80. I'm sorry.
83.7.
83.7. And so we're talking about Eastside out loud. Eastside has a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for our students to not only meet but exceed the standards in learning and demonstrating that Eastside pride we have. You talk about the Alexander Twos and the Sonny Carters and the Springdales, and we're talking about Burnell Hunt. Shout her out because this is what always striving to be, and consistently every year, that's what happens in Burdell. And so all of us, we are very proud of you, Ms. Allen, and we're going to come on over there with you.
Seriously, it takes the teachers. We have a dedicated group of teachers at our school, and they've been there a while. I've been at Burdell Hunt a long time. So if my CCRPI score wasn't at 3.7, something wrong with me, and I need to be, on my way out. But seriously, it is the staff and their dedication to making sure we have strong instruction, and our parent support too. So parents, you gotta support your school. You can't talk ugly about it if you're not doing what you're supposed to do to help the school. That includes being at meetings like this. That includes sending the students to school, number one, because, I got a team, they're calling parents if the students aren't there at school. But I'm telling you, content mastery and making progress is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to the CCRPI. And teachers who are in here, if you don't understand, talk to your principals about what you need to do with your academic coaches. Because it's a team effort, and we depend on everybody to get this job done with the CCRPI. That's just a small portion of the big picture of what we do. But this is the one that they all judge us by. So, we have a good community on the east side of town, but, and I'm just saying, with the football team and all their success, the east side just really banded together really, really strongly. So we need to just continue taking that energy and making sure that all of our schools increase. And I saw yesterday they released scores or something. There was a report. All of our schools were highlighted in that report yesterday. So if you haven't read the report came from, actually it was a memo that the Board of Education sent out. Go on Parent Square and read it so that you know exactly how your schools are performing. But all of our schools had growth. And you had double-digit growth, MLK. Keep talking. So don't give me a microphone. I'll sing the dance, but I probably won't dance. But we have the Georgia School State Report Card, and when we had COVID, this kind of went away a little bit, but we finally started getting the CCRPI scores again, and that occurred this past year. So you'll see the score come out again probably in October. And we're graded numerically on our scores. So what test will your child take? Walker T just mentioned the STAR assessment, which is the universal screener that all of us give our students. This is just like a diagnostic to see where we are and where we need to go. But we also give at Burdell Hunt, we give our English language learners the WIDA assessment. This is at all of our schools, actually. We also, in the elementary school, give the G-Kids assessment. Do we have any kindergarten parents in here? Okay, so the kindergarten parents, we get the G-Kids, and that's just a snapshot of what happens. And what I would encourage you to make sure your students know those sight words. Your teacher should be sending home a list of sight words. Make sure they know those first 10. Quiz them on them. Flashcards. Ask them to spell them back to you. And these are words that they can't sound out. These are words they just have to know by sight. We also give the Georgia Milestones, which you all have heard. That's for grades 3 through 8. That's the end of grade test. And at the high school level, they give the end of course test. And some 8th graders in math, they take the end of in Algebra 1. And then high school has other end of course tests. We also provide district unit assessments. We get the STAR assessment, which we mentioned. And a mirror. A mirror recognizes students' fluency, and that is a test where students actually read out loud. And we encourage you to sit in headphones with your boys and girls. I know I need headphones in my school. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But we need you to sit in headphones. We have some, with a lot of use, they don't last a lot. So we would like your support of that. All right, now, parent portal. I hope everyone in here has done their parent update. We ought to give a gift prize for the annual update. We should give a gift card for that. But to do your annual update, you go to parent portal, you click on SLDS, well not do your annual update, but this is how you can see our scores in parent portal. All right, family engagement means participation of family and parents regularly in your child's education, including two-way communication of things. So not just when you're upset, but when things are good. This is two-way communication. And I know in my case, if a parent contacts us, I haven't heard from the teacher, then that's a conversation that we have with our staff to make sure that they're communicating back with you. And we have this parent square. Okay, so I'm just going to say something about parent square. That's the way that you can communicate with us as well. Going through parent square. Also, parents, you can assist your students with their learning by being actively engaged. And I'm gonna be honest, there may not be opportunities where you come to the classroom and help teach somebody, but you can help in any kind of way. You can help by being maybe a room mom or coming in to help in the cafeteria. But if you're gonna volunteer, you do have to get a background check. So I wanna make sure I encourage you to do that. We also have the Title I guidebook, and this is electronic copies are always provided for the guidebook, and there are copies that are available for you to pick up at each of our schools. And in these guidebooks, there are the Title I requirements that we have, and which includes the school compact, how we build capacity, the events that we're having at our school, and how we can be accessible. And each of us has a specific guidebook. For our school, the district requirements are there, as well as what we commit to doing as an individual school. And we will each come up and talk about our own school plans.
Okay, so in Vernon's parent and family engagement plan, we basically talk about all the different ways that we invite you to engage with us during the school year. So these are events that you can come to, or we have them virtual sometimes where you can sign in online. Also things and material that we send home from time to time. So I can't see, so you step a little closer just to highlight. Some of our big things are looking at coming up. We have our open house, this annual Title I meeting that we're at now. We have a clarity and communication meeting that's coming up where we talk about the different ways that you would like to communicate with us. Another big thing that we do 3 times throughout the year is our student-led conferences. And one thing that we're going to do this school year with that is, instead of it just being a single day that you come in, you have the entire month to come in and sit down, and you have a conference, not just with the teacher, but your child. So your child can tell you, here's where I am today. These are the things that I'm working on in class to help me grow and get better. And it just highlights all of the different ways and different meetings that we invite you to come and engage with us. All right, so our school parent compact. So in the school parent compact also, this just talks about ways that we build partnerships, and then at the bottom, just the major things that your students need to know to be successful to go to the next grade level. So it has our school goals in there, it has our school data, and then it talks about just some of the tips and things that you can work on at home. So I know Ms. Allen mentioned things like flashcards for sight words, for their multiplication tasks, making sure that they're reading for at least 20 minutes every night and coming in and taking the STAR test the next day. So all of that is detailed there in the student-parent compact.
All right, I have nothing different to add than, we just kind of all do the same things. We have parent meetings. Now, at my school, we are going to do one little thing a little different. After each grade report is given, we're going to have a parent night where you can come in and have a parent conference with your student, and the student can possibly do their student conference that evening. Because what we know is that this year, our district is requiring elementary schools, particularly, I guess, all of us have to do 3 reports. Okay, we all have to do 3 reports, and where we send something home to you, whether it's via parent portal, parent square, we send a hard copy home with you. But what we know is sometimes y'all parents just don't go in parent portal to look at grades. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm just gonna be honest. I have a child in 5th grade. I'm guilty of not going in and looking at parent portal. And part of it's because I'm at the same school, so I can just go down the hallway, but to see what's going on. But it is important for me to know what you see as a parent, so I need to go in parent portal more frequently as well to check grades on a consistent basis as opposed to at the end of the grading period. But we will be sitting on weekly reports, so we will be having on Monday night at the end, once the report cards are sent out, we'll be having parent grade report night. We'll come up with a cute name for it, but I don't think we've come up with that yet. But that's the only thing different that we're doing that you probably haven't heard already. Next, MLK. Excuse me, the Dr. Martin Luther King. I forgot, I'm not supposed to say MLK. Pardon me.
Well, it's a reason for that. You know, I know my friends know, and they pick at me because everywhere you go, you know Dr. Martin Luther King. You can say, who was Dr. Martin Luther King? You know who he was, right? He was a great man. And a great man and a legacy is what we're trying to make sure we fulfill. We have a namesake, just like the men in the audience. When you have a son and you give him your name, you want him to live up to the name. And whether it's a daughter and she has your last name, you want that last name to represent something good, right? The Bible says that the name is the most valuable thing. And so for Dr. Martin Luther King, Junior Elementary School, we want to make sure that we are developing character and intelligence to our students. And so MLK, it just doesn't give it the respect that it needs. And so we just want to make sure that we understand that Dr. Martin Luther King is a place where we're learning and growing students up. And so we want to get rid of that stereotype of in the hood, you know, because all of Dr. Martin Luther King Junior Elementary schools are in inner cities. And there's nothing wrong with that because I grew up right down the street from my school. I walked up the hill to Abilene. So I'm not saying anything bad about that because East Side is where I go to church, it's where I live, it's where I love. And so, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that great things comes from Dr. Martin King. So, you can't say King, you can't say Dr. Martin King, just say King Elementary School. And so, I just want to give that spiel to you all, and I give that to everybody in that comes into our school. And so we have a whole lot of stuff going on, exactly the same things that my peers have. We have literacy night, we have math night, we have leadership day. We were the 3rd elementary school to become a lighthouse school. Byrne Elementary was first, and 2 weeks later, Bernadette Hunt. And you all, I don't know if you know the story, Rumpelstiltskin, when she guessed his name and he said, stomp the foot. I know that's what Tanya was doing over there at her school when we got named first. She was like, ah! So, and we were over there hitting the quan, So, it's all about fun and supporting each other. We love each other, and we want the best for all the East Side schools, and that's why we're doing Raiderfest. And so all of these things, parents, we're talking about parent portal, and we're talking about parent square. No longer remind but parent square. No longer remind but parent square. No longer remind but parent square. That's where you get your information from. So don't ignore when you start getting those notifications from parent. That's where it's coming from, your information. And so one of the conversations that my parents say to me when they come in, I didn't know anything about him. I ain't seen his grades. Nobody told me a thing. And I'm sitting there with my professional face, so I won't get in trouble with my ex-husband for making wrinkles. And I'm saying, oh, I'm so sorry, we'll do a much better job of communicating with you. But all the time I'm thinking, I sent 3 reminders this week. The teachers were required to do this. I sent home signed papers. I was standing out in the car saying, hey, but nobody told you. Parent Square, where is it? Parent Square. Yes, in Parent Portal. You can look at your grades anytime. So you shouldn't wait till the end of the school year and say, I didn't know. We know. Yes, we do. All right, so make sure that you come out and participate. The Parent Compact is saying, this is what the teachers are going to do, this is what the students are going to do, and this is what the parents are going to do. This is what the teachers are going to do, this is what the students are going to do, this is what the parents are going to do. Teachers gonna do, students gonna do? Hey, there you go. And so this year we have a family engagement facilitator full-time. Ms. Morgan, would you please stand up? And so Ms. Morgan has already gone out to community. We have some people who are volunteering, who are donating. Every year at our school we have, for the last 2 years, we have had a butterfly release. The first year, we released 300 butterflies at the end of the school year. And all of our students are able to watch the life cycle of a butterfly. Well, this year we have over 600 butterflies. And if you look on our page, you see the butterflies swarming around the students. We need your support with like STEM activities and supporting us with something. You understand that if you're sending something to us, we're using it for the children. If we have swag day, I call it a hustle day. Because we don't have that PTO or PTA funds that some other schools do. So we're asking the children to pay to come to school. It's because we have something planned for them. And so understanding what the family engagement plan, the parent compact, and all those things, it all works together to support our babies. And so we just said that. And after middle school.
Pretty much we have the same items or activities and events going on, but we're going to try to bring up the rear to have all of the East Side schools become Lighthouse certified. We're the only one at Apple Middle School, and we go up. Oh, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. You gotta get it right, parents. We're gonna get it. So we definitely need your support because we do go for our Lighthouse certification this year. So we're gonna need your support when we send out those invites for you to come and come to those parent meetings. And making sure that you know that we expect and you're more hands-on and involved at Apple. Now we do have something a little differently at Apple this year, along with all the literacy night, math night, game night. We're going to have a every 6-week forum because we think it's important to have that open door communication with our families. We want to make sure that you have an opportunity in the forum to sort of say the things that's going well, but also help us strategize the things that we need to pretty much tweak and improve. We're going to also offer and ask that you come in and volunteer throughout our schools. You definitely have to get a background check, but we would love to invite you as we're changing the narrative of Apple Middle School because great things are happening. We have an amazing week 1, but we can't do it without your support. We can't do it without who? Your support. So we definitely welcome and invite you to participate in all of the activities that we have in all of our East Side schools. But you'll be getting a lot from me, making sure that you are informed, and also making sure that you're actively engaged because we can't do it alone. I know I probably don't look my age, but the years are getting on up there. But I come from the old saying that it takes a village to raise a child, and it really does. We can't do it single-handedly. Even though I'm born and raised from the East Side, so when I got this assignment, it's a little different for me because I attended Denver Primary. I attended the Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School. I attended Apple Middle School, and I graduated from the Northeast Hill Elementary School. Class of 1990s. I see a lot of my classmates, and families, and all of my colleagues as well. So we definitely gonna keep telling our story here on the East Side because it's not just an assignment for me, but it's more personal for me. Because I want our future to have the same opportunities and the awesome, amazing education that we got from schools over here on the East Side. So parents, we send out all the invites, like my colleagues who warn y'all, my colleagues on the stage were saying, please don't get ignored through parents where we need you to help us with our kids because it does take a village. It does take a village. It does take a village to raise our kids. It works for us, right? So it's gonna also work for them. But we need you all liking things on social media. Tell them about your positive experiences. Talking to the community for us and working with us. It takes all of us collective empathy. It takes a village to raise a child. Thank you.
the only Lighthouse High School. And so a lot of the work that we do here when I post online, I don't talk about students, I talk about leaders. Because the more they hear, the more they're gonna do what? Lead. And so this agreement is not only that our students do things, but I have expectations for teachers. And I have expectations also for parents. So when we meet and we talk, it's about how we form that village to have the best outcomes for our students. I won't add very much to what has already been said, except our goal is transition. You know, we spend a lot of time with transition. Transitioning from the middle school and also transitioning from high school out into the real world. And so when we have events, it's really important that you all come. We try to tie our parent engagement around the activity. So when you come to the activity, we're going to give a little information to you. So when we ask you to come, just come out and support because it's going to benefit your child in the long run.
So I will get us finished up. Another thing that is very important, you have a right to know what the educational qualifications of your students' teachers are. So we have a letter that you can write in a letter to request, but schools will also send home a letter from time to time to let you know the background of your child's teachers. Because we want you to know that we're also continuing to be lifelong learners and growing in our educational craft, so we can give the best to our students. Yes, and it comes out at 20 days, so in the next 2 weeks, you can look for some of those letters to come home. Right, so, and you all, just so you know, just because a teacher may not have their full educational certificate yet, that does not mean that they cannot teach, because our teachers are doing double duty. They're teachers and their students at the same time. We have a lot of people going back to get advanced degrees and additional endorsements. So that's what those letters mean. All right, we're going to go through these kind of quickly also. This just lists some of the various family engagement opportunities that each of the schools offer. And most of our slides have the same thing, but we talked about those in the compact. We have open house. We bring you in for curriculum nights. We do student-led conferences. We offer those math nights. We do different events throughout the school year for different holidays. We do the surveys that you can fill out on paper, or we may give you an electronic link for that. Also, our parent letters and parent newsletters that come out. And then we also have observed Georgia Family Engagement Month, where we invite you to come in and engage with us. Yes, at the end of the year, we have the FACE forum, so that's where you get to come in and give us feedback and insight on the things that we can do to better support you at home and how we can foster that connection. And then we do those transition meetings, so we do transition from pre-K to kindergarten, we do transition meetings from 5th grade to 6th grade, and then we also do transition meetings from 8th grade, getting ready for high school. So here are different ways that you can engage with us and volunteer if you want to help me and chaperone for field trips, help proctor, help out in the office, the different booster clubs and squads and organizations for our clubs and sports teams, helping us out with those duties. You're out there for carpool, if you're one of those people that like to come and get in the line at 1:30 and just make them start to 3:20, we can do some help with that. Also, our fall festivals, our leadership day, completing surveys, and then just being a positive voice to bring positivity and spread the good things that are happening in the East Side Zone and in Bibb County School District. So here's how you can engage with us and provide opportunity, provide input. The school council, your PTA, PTO, making sure that you fill out those surveys that come out on Parent Square, contributing to your input for the Parent School Compact, showing up for those parent-teacher conferences, the student-led conferences, also, again, giving us the feedback also through writing positive list talks. And we just want to end by saying, you are our partners. So we appreciate you all. We need our parents because we need our students. And it is truly a partnership. As my colleagues have mentioned, it takes a village. We cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. So any way that we can build those bonds, keep those lines of communication open, we need you and we're here to support. So how will we be responsive to you? You can give us a call anytime. Those are each of the school's phone numbers and principals are listed. We also have our family engagement specialist teachers, but it does not matter who you ask for. All of our staff are ready and willing to support. So if you need something, just reach out. We're here to support you. So here's other ways you can stay in touch. And again, it is very important that you sign up for Parent Portal and Parent Square if you have not already. We do have a booth set up down in the gym where you can scan the QR codes to sign up for those. Very, very important to be in the know for information. And then also, this is our director for Executive Director of Supplemental Services and Migrant Liaison, Dr. Tracy Muff. That's her contact information. If you need some assistance with homeless foster care partnerships, we have Dr. Danielle Jones. If you are a speaker of another language other than English, we do have an interpreter. And then also for our students that participate in the program for exceptional children, we have parent mentors also. So those are contact information. Any questions? All right, that means we did a good job. So if you would please take a few minutes to fill out this evaluation. Please scan the QR code, give us some feedback, and then we are going to get ready.
You did ours though? Teachers on
How many gift cards, how many drawings are we going to do for this first?
I did not. I thought it was on the way out. You know, normally come out of. No, it's on the way
Okay,
out.
so we're gonna look and do 5 drawings.
I told them my auntie. I said they
When
was
we
a
call
leader
your
justice.
name, we need you to come down and get your gift card, and you are going to sign that you received. But I will give you a minute to finish filling out the evaluation.
Why you talking? You have to do it. Look, you'll do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna see you.
Just a few times.
Thanks to our wonderful community partners, we have enough to do 10 drawings for this first. So we're going to do 10 for this first meeting, 5 for the second.
Which one do you You like chorus? It's okay.
The last experience of registering, we also have a passport. You should have received it on your way in. As you go and visit our vendors downstairs, our school tables. We'll do a drawing, some drawings, that's a $25 gift cards we donate by one of our sponsors in the gym. So make sure that you make your way down. Go and talk to the teachers and staff at your child's school, get some information. We've got lots of vendors, lots of free things, school supplies, uniform shirts, interact with the community who's here today to service us. And so make sure you make your way down there. Once your passport is complete, you can turn it in at concessions, get your hot dog, some water, some chips, and enter the drawing for the $25 gift card.
All of the parents that are here from Dr. Martin Luther King, we're Highland Hills Baptist Church. They have brand new mesh book bags full of school supplies. Please make sure you're attend Dr. Martin Luther King and you go down there and get your book bag. They came, they packed them, and they're here for you guys. So please make sure that you pick those up.
Okay, so we have our 10 names ready. I do want to remind everyone there are a few staff members here also that signed in. These are for our pins, okay? For our pins. Okay, so we'll have that for staff out on the QR code that's on the wall, all right? So if I call your name and you're a staff member, let me know so I can move to the next name. All right? So first up, I have Miss Tracy Parson. Is Tracy Parson here? Congratulations, Miss Tracy. All right. Sheena Flournoy. Miss Sheena, congratulations. I did. Yeah. I use that products. I use that structured list. hand, Ms. Muriel.
You gonna did something.
All right, let's get President Williams. Okay, she's here, she's here, okay. All right. Next, Aisha Zellner. Aisha Zellner, are you present? Congratulations. Mary Isabel. Mary Isabel, are you present? All right. Vanshika Gray. Vanshika Gray, are you here? Well, she's here, so she's here.
This is really
Ms. Gray, wave your hand. Gotcha, okay. Carzon Willis. Carzon Willis. Congratulations, Ms. Willis. I have Jaden Trevette. Jaden Trevette. Jaden, wave your hand for us. All right, moving to the next. Veronica McClendon. Veronica McClendon, all right, right behind you, Doc.